You're going to think I'm lying, but I have proof. There's a room in my apartment that didn't exist last week. And every night, it's getting bigger. I haven't told anyone, not the landlord, not the police. You'll understand why. If you stop listening now, you might sleep better tonight. But if you keep going, you'll know the truth about what's inside. Those Norsak to the breeze, there is wanting did it. I moved into this building 3 weeks ago. Old brick, walls that seemed to sweat in summer, floors that groaned even when you stood still. Ceilings so low, you could almost believe the place was built for someone shorter than human. The rent was cheap enough for me to ignore the smell, damp wood, stale air, like something long forgotten was rotting in the walls. The layout was simple: bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room. I memorized every inch while unpacking. But one morning, on my way from the bedroom to the kitchen, I noticed it. A narrow door in the hallway wall. It wasn't there before. I would have noticed. Same dull beige paint as the walls, but cleaner, newer. No handle, just a keyhole. I pressed my ear to it, silence. That night, I dreamed of the door. Only it wasn't in my apartment. It stood in the middle of an endless hallway, walls slick with moisture, the air humming with a low vibration that sank into my bones. Something behind it, breathing. I woke at 3:17 a.m. to a slow tapping. 3 knocks. When I checked, the door was gone. Just wall. I told myself it was stress. But 2 days later, it was back, slightly open. Inside, not a room, but blackness, thick and endless. A cold draft slipped out. Against my better judgment, I reached in. My arm didn't find a wall. Elbow deep, shoulder deep. The air felt heavier, like warm water that didn't cling to skin. Something brushed my fingertips soft, like fabric or skin. I pulled my arm back. It was pale, numb, like I'd held it in ice water for hours. That night, the dream came again. Same hallway, but the door was open. A shape moved in the dark, tall, impossibly thin, head brushing an unseen ceiling. Its face, if it had one, was blurred, like a smear on glass. It leaned down impossibly slow and whispered, "Not yet." The next morning, the door was gone again. But the air in my apartment felt wrong. Every sound, the hum of the fridge, the pipes ticking, seemed far away, muffled, as if I were underwater. Shadows in the corners looked deeper. And sometimes, I heard my name whispered from inside the walls. 3 nights ago, I woke to find the door wide open. The darkness inside moved slow currents of shadow, twisting into shapes, dissolving before I could name them. And in the center, a chair. Identical to one from my kitchen, except something was sitting in it. At first, just a silhouette. Then, shifting details. Skin that wasn't skin, but a fabric of shadows. Its head tilted, curious. I should have run. Instead, I stepped closer. Every step was heavy, like the air thickened around me. When I was close enough to touch it, the figure leaned forward. It didn't speak. It smiled. Not at me. Through me. At something behind me. I turned. Nothing. When I looked back, the door was gone. But my hallway feels longer now. Measured, it's the same, but when you walk it, it stretches. Last night, the chair from inside the door was in my living room. I didn't touch it. This morning, it was gone. But the smell of damp wood is stronger, and when I press my ear to the wall, I hear breathing. Slow, patient. Waiting. And he self. If you're still listening, you still have time to leave. But you won't. You'll want to know what happens when the door opens again. So stay and listen. There are more stories like this. You just have to step inside.